Hello everybody, High Flyers Tag Team back here with another video again today. On today's video, I'm recording it a little differently. I'm actually recording this video through PlayStation. Instead of through like my phone like I usually do, or lately I've been doing through my computer. I just got some clips ready to go and I'm recording through my PlayStation. Um, so in this video I want to talk about some MG 2021 stuff. Uh, if you don't know about MG 2021 or you don't want any spoilers for the movie, potential spoilers, if you, I mean, hell, I'm assuming if you're here, it's because you know spoilers. But you probably read the title. I would hope you were smart, read the word spoiler in the title, and just backed off because that's, if you see the word spoiler in a title, you should back off of it. Um, but so I just want to talk about some stuff with MG 2021, just some theory stuff. It's been a minute since I made a GvK video, so I want to make another GvK video. Um, Nothing too crazy. I'm going to talk about just a few design things real quick. But mostly I just want to talk about some more abilities and stuff. I've done videos like this in the past, but I want to do another one. So, first things first, just really cool stuff, talk about design. We've seen the design. We've seen the leaks. We've seen multiple interpretations. This video isn't going to include any images or fan art or anything. But, you just look it up, you'll find it. I've seen some really good fan art of some people's interpretations of the design. So, if you haven't seen the toy leaks by now, I'd be surprised. Most people know he's in the movie. Um, but the thing I know about Playmates, from what I believe Sayaka said, yes, I'm pretty sure Sayaka said it. It's one of the few quotes I need to go back and find because I don't have it saved on my phone, I don't believe. But Playmates took a lot of liberties with their design for MG 2021, and the actual design apparently is going to take a lot of inspiration from the 74 Mechagodzilla. I've actually had multiple people tell me this too, multiple reliable sources tell me that yes, indeed, he's going to look extremely close to that of the Showa Mechagodzilla, which should be very exciting to see. Apparently, Playmates took a lot of liberties, a lot of fun liberties with it, which that's always fun to see too. We'll see what comes out, but apparently, yeah, Playmates still did get it close. They got the basic silhouette, but they did also take some liberties with it. But overall, the design, that's about, I would say, probably what the design will look like in the movie. So, just a quick thing I want to talk about. But now let's talk about what I want, like, ability-wise. So, first off, I've made a video in the past talking about how I think maybe he should run on oxygen destroyer technology, since they should build up and not waste that. I've talked about how maybe he should have a green beam. Since then, have basically seen confirmation it's a red beam from the toys themselves. The Mechagodzilla toy that's coming out with the movie, it has red beams included. We know from Sayaka it's energy based. So let's just go ahead and talk about all the stuff with it. So, first things first, I think in combat, this Mechagodzilla, I want him to be a brawler, but I also want him to be a walking tank too. I do think he should have some pretty good weaponry. I think most of his weaponry should come from plasma-based, energy-based weapons. Nothing really of the sorts of like rockets. Maybe he could have some form of rockets, but we know rockets don't really affect this universe's Godzilla. It affects some Titans, but our Godzilla is not really affected by it too much. We don't know how Kong's going to be in this movie. I don't think he should really have rockets. He has no purpose for them. The Showa MG had some rockets, but they were like alien rockets. Kiryu had some rockets. They were not really super effective against that Godzilla. He just had them. Super Mechagodzilla had no rockets. I believe Anime Mechagodzilla was going to have some form of rockets, but they were like really high attack potency. I don't think this one really has a need for rockets. I think the basis should be around energy-based weapons. And I think one of the main ones should be, obviously, he's going to have a red beam, atomic breath type of deal from his mouth. It's not going to be like a rainbow beam or anything. Just a red energy blast. Yes, I think that's perfect. I think that works perfectly. We've seen the toy images of it. So yeah, I definitely know it's going to be a red beam in the movie, which is perfect. I think it should be a very powerful beam. I don't think he should really have a purpose to use it up close when he's in hand-to-hand. I think whenever he's shooting from afar, trying to shoot multiple opponents, this is when he should use it. I also think from afar he should be very tanky. When I say very tanky, I mean I think he should move very slowly and heavily. But whenever he gets up close, I think he should go into a combat mode, some weird form of combat mode where basically, whether it be because he has kind of like the Pacific Rim Jaeger stuff and he has like rockets attached to his body, or whatever the case may be, I think he should have he should move actually extremely quickly up close in hand-to-hand combat. I think something should just change in him. Like I said, they put different modes. It would make sense if they put stuff like some sort of like rocket stuff in his like elbows or his body, make him move quicker, put away. But I think from afar, yes, he should just be a giant lumbering tank. But up close, he should become very agile. Whether he has to not necessarily remove some of his body, but stuff has to shift on him or whatever. From afar, he has to be extremely durable, I think, and should be able to easily take hits. Up close is when he should shift modes and be a lot more easier to take out, but he becomes extremely fast. So, since MG's in the movie, just go balls to the wall if you're going to do a team up. Make him powerful. Just make him powerful. I think he should indeed be very fast, be very powerful. I think from afar, he should be a lot harder to destroy. I think he should have two modes, more of a distance mode to where this is kind of like what anime MG had, where from afar he can not, this isn't necessarily MG had, but he could shoot from afar and stuff, and he had really good combat. I think it should be, like I said, two different modes. So a far away one where he just has a lot of weaponry, and an up close one where he's really fast. He should be very heavy from afar. Up close, he should be able to move faster. Like I said, it should be due to him having rockets and stuff to push him forward. I think his hands, having the claws, I think his claws should, in fact, definitely have something about them, the whole hands. I do think they should have some form of weapon in them. Whether it be beams that come out of his hands, so he can shoot mouth beams and hand beams at the same time, or some sort of like almost absorption thing that's in the like fingertips of his hands. We've heard about this, but basically he could, because he's going to be a giant nuclear reactor, I would have to assume, which would mean he's extremely powerful. I mean, a nuclear sub can have up to like, I believe they said it's like, I think they said it was like the equivalent of like 338 Hiroshima bombs or something like that. I would have to go back and check. But that's a lot of radiation. And now you're going to put this in a giant robot. He should have a lot of energy, but I think he should be able to absorb more and possibly get stronger or have better attacks. Like I said, just go all out with him. So yes, I do think he should be able to absorb other Titans' radiation or absorb just radiation in general. I think his palms would be the perfect spot to do this with. To suck it out. And if you don't even use the energy attacks, you could have some sort of like pulse attack. Whether it be out of his hands or whatever. Since his hands will also work kind of like some sound-based sonic boom that comes out of his hands. Like he launches like almost like nuclear pulses out of his hands. Then again, that would be something original too. I think it'd be cool to see him with shooting lasers out of his hands and mouth. But, if you want to mix it up too, you could have him absorb. I think that should be the key. He can absorb Titan's radiation and shoot it back at him. I think he should be able to absorb atomic breath and nuclear pulses instead of taking damage from him. He should kind of be like Super MG from the Heisei series and be able to absorb that energy and just launch it right back at his opponent. I think that would work great. So, I think that would all be cool. Here's some interesting stuff for his hand-to-hand. I'm talking about all of his weapons. But if he's going hand-to-hand, if he's a really good skilled fighter in hand-to-hand, there's also some stuff I'm going to want here too. And if he's moving quick and stuff, here's one thing. I want his hand-to-hand to be very dangerous. Like I said, fast. I think he should be using rockets just like the Jaegers to move quicker, punch harder, stuff like that. But I think his claws, obviously to absorb the radiation, it should probably be like this too. But I think his claws and his fingers and stuff, his claw machine hands, should be able to easily just stab into something like Godzilla. That would make him extremely powerful if he could just casually break into Godzilla's hide. I don't mean something like it takes like any effort at all. He punches Godzilla, and just his hands just go inside of Godzilla with the punch. I think he should just stab right through him, almost like he's about to pull his heart out, absorb radiation, just shove his whole hand basically like in Godzilla's side or something. I think his hands should easily just be able to penetrate Godzilla's durability. That would be pretty fun to watch. I also think he should use his tail in combat. Maybe he should have rockets on his shoulders and legs and stuff so he's able to whip himself around quick. And I think his tail should be used as like a whip, kind of like Godzilla's. I think his tail should just come around, smack an opponent super hard. You say he's getting double teamed by Godzilla and Kong. Kong's about to jump on him. He can just spin around real quickly and wham, smack Kong across a bunch of skyscrapers or something. Obviously, he also, if this isn't something that the Playmates design just uses, which I doubt it is, because there's a ton of MG designs that have like some sort of like spiked tip that we've never really seen used as a weapon. I honestly think his tail should also work kind of like a scorpion in a way. As weird as that sounds, I think his tail, I want to see his tail stabbing in the movie. I think his tail should be stabbing opponents. He can do something like whip around, smack Kong through a bunch of buildings, and then at the end of it, just stab Godzilla, with his tail. I think all of MG's attacks should cut Godzilla and Kong open. Obviously, Godzilla will likely be the more impressive one to cut open, but I think everything he does, whether it be energy or not, it should bust Godzilla's ass open. Definitely think his hand-to-hand one should be the key, though. What do you guys think? Some of my theories, though, it's just some stuff that I was like, I think this would be cool to, talk about. Just some personal theories and stuff. What would you guys like to see MG do? Is this kind of how you'd like to see him fight and stuff? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I got some other stuff maybe I'll save for another video with MG in combat, but I think that's a basic sum up. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, please share, subscribe, and as always, peace out, and bye-bye.